what up? This is Tony A, and I'm here in Unique Access, and the myth that I'm here to talk about is La Llorona. Growing up in a Mexican family in the city of Wilmington, one of 10 kids, every time we misbehaved, my mom would always tell us this old story that she heard when she was a little girl, passed down from family to family, from generation to generation, about a woman, La Llorona. There was two different stories. She lost her children in the river, other ones that she drowned her children in the river. But regardless, she would always tell us that if you misbehave, La Llorona's gonna come get you. And all that was just a woman going around crying, a ghost, if you will, looking for her kids. And that would literally scare the hell out of us. Obviously, growing up, you find out that it wasn't true, but yet and still, we still pass that along to our children so that they would behave, because many kids still misbehave. So every once in a while, we got to do scare them. So La Llorona actually comes out and we tell them, La Llorona's gonna get you, okay? She hears you crying, she's gonna come. For me, what made it so scary is because none of us knew what she looked like. Everybody had our own picture, if you will, mental picture of what she looked like. For some reason, I always thought she looked like a nun. And when she would cry, she would actually cry blood. One of my brothers actually said he pictured her in all white. And when she would cry like oil, black stuff come out of her eyes. So we would all say, oh, I think we saw her. I think we saw her last night. I think she was in the window. So none of us knew what she looked like. But whenever we did hear a noise, we would actually say, I think that's La Llorona, I'm going to bed. Yeah, well, many times we did have nightmares. And it's funny because it's kind of like a Michael Myers. We like to say that Michael Myers can outrun anybody by walking. So we would literally run from her, from my dreams that I would have of her. She would always be right behind me. She would always be a nun crying, coming after me with her arms sticking out, almost like a Scooby-Doo type of scene. But yeah, growing up, that was the shit that scared the living hell out of all of us. Well, the reason why I kept that going was because, and I shared that with my kids, number one, because all kids misbehave. You don't have to teach kids to say no, and you don't have to teach kids how to lie, because they all do. Okay, so many times I would tell them the story about La Llorona. I would get them all next to the fireplace. I have 5 kids, 3 girls, 2 boys, and that's what I would tell them. La Llorona appears to the kids that misbehave, and all of them would be looking at each other, and all of us would start pointing at each other. And before you know it, after the story was done, they would walk away. Dad, I can't go to bed. Why? I think she's in my room. So, is it a good story to share with them? But sometimes it does help them go to bed and calm down when you're a parent. And kids usually tend to behave after that story, but it is not true. It was just a myth.
In the beginning, hip-hop was ruled by the East Coast. Then the West Coast rose to prominence thanks to Gangsta Rap.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube.
Hip-hop changed the world. Gangsta Rap changed the narrative.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
And then changed the world again.
Cause I'll come and take your life away.
The History of Gangster Rap features unheard stories, unseen photos and documents, all with exclusive interviews from the founders and players who shaped Gangsta Rap.
I think a real gangster rapper has to scare you a little bit.
The History of Gangster Rap, written by veteran rap journalist Soren Baker. In stores now.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Quick. Be sure to pick up my homeboy Soren Baker's book, The History of Gangster Rap, if you really want to know what we do.